Alright YouTube, EcwNumbaWan back here again. Like I said in my previous video, the update video, I said I was going to do a Q&A whole video about question and answers that you would have sent me in questions. I would have just answered them as well as I could. So yeah, this is my Q&A video. I've just decided to do it today because I got a good number of questions already in and a good variety of them. So I thought, why not do it just now while I've got nothing else to video on. So yeah, as always, go subscribe to my Alti channel account. It's my second account. It will be used for random rants, just random thoughts, and most importantly, updates during belt making and releathering. So if you want to see, there's none yet, but when I start doing the releathering and belts again, there will be videos of belts in progress. So yeah, go subscribe to that if you want to see those. As like I said, none yet, but when I start, there will be. So yeah, the Alti channel link will be in the description below. Okay, now that's out of the way. You may notice that my chair no longer has a back to it now. The back of my chair is here. After I did that update video, like I said, I made a video and mentioned it on the Alti channel account, but I was playing on my chair after I made that video, wanting to see if it would hold by leaning it off the side of my bed, and it broke. So yeah. Got no back of my chair, so it's kind of uncomfortable to sit here like this. I can still lean back, but no. Okay, fucking hell. So yeah, I'll just get started on the Q&A part of this video. So, just get started then. Ooh, which dead wrestler would I bring back? It's kind of simple and more difficult in a way. The first that comes to mind is Chris Benoit, but I know how sketchy that would be, so I'm probably going to go with Lance Cade, just because he's one of the younger ones that has sadly passed away and never had his chance to shine. Yeah, so I'll say Chris Benoit, but since he's kind of sketchy and he had a full career, I think Lance Cade is the one that I would bring back, just because he never got his chance. So Lance Cade. Oh, I wouldn't say I hate them. I hate Christian. I don't hate any WWE superstar, as odd as that sounds. I don't hate Rey Mysterio. I don't hate Christian. I don't hate Randy Orton. I don't hate Kofi Kingston. But I have a major dislike for all of them. I respect them all, but I don't like them. There's a difference between hating. The reason I don't like Christian is because I feel that he's done nothing to deserve what he gets. By that I mean the push and the world title, be it was only for 2 days. Still, I just think he's majorly out of his depth in the main event. I don't think he's ever going to be a main event player. He's not credible enough to me. He just doesn't look it. Doesn't have the look, doesn't have the in-ring skill. I know I get heat for this every time I say it, but he's not as good as others in the ring. He doesn't have the charisma. He's called Captain Charisma, but there's none of it really. So that's why I just don't like Christian. I don't think he's worth it. No. No, I'd never support Salad. No, never. No. No. Why would I? God. What gave you that idea? How old are you? Was that really needed in this video? I mean, it says on my channel, it says on my face. Okay, I just turned 18 on Monday. Last Monday. That's over a week ago already. Shit. I've been making belts since about 2005. I think, yeah, my first belt was 2 days after I saw the spinner belt on TV. I decided to try remake it, just because back then I thought it was cool. So about since 2005, so 6 years after WrestleMania 21. Yeah, 6 years. My favorite belt I've made. That's a difficult one actually. It's probably I always lean towards the Dave Milliken TNA that I made, but I think just because it's probably the best belt I've made, I have to go with the Rated R, just because it looks fucking awesome. Look at that. So awesome. What's the longest I've spent on a belt? That's difficult to say, actually. I think it was technically the Intercontinental belt, the current Intercontinental, because I started it at the same time as I started the US. I was trying to make them both side by side, but then I lost the main plate that I cut out for the IC, so I put that off for a long time, and then when I eventually found it, I finished it. So I don't know how long that was, the time between them, but that's the longest that I've made. But that was out of my control because I lost the plate. Which wrestler would I like to meet? I know people would think the obvious answer is The Miz because he's my current favorite, but does Vince McMahon count? What do I do for fun? I sit in front of my computer making videos, and I sit on my living room floor making belts. No, but other than that, which you obviously know about, what do? I go to the gym a lot. I went to school, obviously. I've just finished like 2 weeks ago. Officially, I've finished. Oh wait, no, I finish officially tomorrow. I've been on study leave for about a month now, so I'm officially out of school tomorrow. But what I do for fun, I go out and party with my friends. I just go out with friends, go to the gym, just regular stuff. There's not really much stuff you can list. I like going out. Basically it. What stage of a belt is the hardest? That's a difficult one, actually. That's probably one of the better questions, I think. I'm really not sure. In some ways, it's drawing out the original design and replicating it on a drawing board. In others, it's the carving, though. Like for the big gold right there, the WCW, the carving of the details was easily the most difficult. But for others, like the TNA Milliken, the TNA Immortal, the drawing out was the most difficult by far. So it varies between the belts, but that's a good question, actually. I do like that one. Yeah, carving in some, drawing out in others. Who would I like to break the streak? Safe to say no one. I don't think it should be broken ever. Why have I not made many tag belts? That's actually quite a good question. I don't know. What tag belts have I made? I made the new tag and the ECW tag. Have I made any others? I don't think I have. I'm not sure. I've probably forgotten. No, I don't think I have, actually. That's probably a good question. I don't know why I've not made many tag belts. Just never. I was going to make, at one point, both the WWE, the original SmackDown and Raw, WWE and World Tag Team belts, but then the new belt came out, the Roman Spartan helmet design, and that was the day, it came out the day before I was going to start them, so I was like, fuck it, I'm going to make that instead. So because they unveiled the new belt, I never ended up making them. So, which tag belt would you make? Well, I kind of answered that in the first part of that question. I would make the Raw and SmackDown original 2 tag belts. But then again, I'm a big fan of the Attitude Era tags as well. Do I play video games? I don't, no. I own a PS3, but I bought that. It's the original 40GB version from years ago. I bought it because I wanted to give it a chance, because I used to play PS2 marginally, not very often, but I thought, yeah, since I like the PS2 enough, I thought I'll buy a PS3. It's mine and my brother's, but I have not played it in 2011. Last time I played it was probably late November 2010 or something. I'm not a big gamer. I'm not a fan of gaming. I prefer to do something more productive with my time. Not a shot at gamers. Fair enough, you enjoy it. We all enjoy different things. I'm not taking a shot at anyone. But yeah, I'm not a big video game fan. Although, the one video game I will happily always play is Pokemon. Does not matter which one. On the Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS. I buy every new Pokemon game every year it comes out, because I'm a bit of a Pokemon mark. Those are the one video games I do enjoy playing, and I'm always happy to play. So yeah, do I play video games? No, but I do play Pokemon whenever it comes out. So, Core or Nexus? Oh, at this stage, neither. If you're talking about the original Nexus, obviously it would be the original Nexus because I was a big fan of them. I know they lasted way too long. Up to SummerSlam, they were awesome. And even after then, they were still pretty good, but after that, they started getting pretty shit. So, neither currently. Favorite ECW pay-per-view? Ooh, favorite ECW pay-per-view. Oh, it's got to be December to Dismember, doesn't it? No, I think my favorite is probably the first pay-per-view they officially did, Barely Legal. I thought that was just a good pay-per-view, even though it obviously didn't have the best performance. I liked how they had Terry Funk. I like how they had Terry Funk winning the world title fittingly on the first pay-per-view, Barely Legal. And I always loved the story of that the generator for the arena burned out, like, what was it, 5 seconds after they went off the air because it was pumping too much juice into the arena. Barely Legal is probably my favorite just because of the nostalgia factor that it was the first pay-per-view. Which one? What year? I can't remember what year it was. Living Dangerously was a good one. Should have looked at, reminded myself beforehand, but there was a Living Dangerously that I really did enjoy, but I can't remember what year it was from at this point. Well, I think I'll go with Barely Legal, the first ECW pay-per-view. What got me into wrestling and belts? That's actually quite difficult. I have no idea what got me into wrestling now. It was so long ago that I just can't remember. I think, no, my neighbours across the street are a little older than me. I was good friends with them when I was younger. They were big WWF fans, and every time I went over to theirs, it was on TV, and it always just kind of caught my attention. Just like I glance at it, and it might see someone that's quite cool, and I'll just sit there looking at it for a few minutes. And at that point, I was still like, this is kind of stupid and everything. I don't really like this. And then slowly and slowly, I started getting more into it. Started learning the names of all the characters on TV, and just I enjoyed it all basically. So that's what got me into wrestling. And now, it's my first and biggest love in my life. I think there's nothing that comes close to wrestling to me. It's just awesome. What got me into belts? The second part of that question. Wrestling. That got me into belts. But no, I think the Big Ego belt got me into belts. Mainly because I saw it. Before then, I'd only seen like recaps of the Wing Ego belt because that was before my time of watching wrestling. Sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it. But the Big Ego belt, when I saw that first, I was like, wow, that's really nice. That is a cool looking kind of trophy type thing they get. That belt is awesome. I love the design. It looks so cool. So yeah, the Big Ego belt is one of the first belts I was like, whoa, that's cool. As well as the spinner belt. That's one that kind of made me take notice and started me making belts just because I was like, I was still young at that point. What was that? That was 6 years ago, did I say earlier? I would have been 12 or 11. 11 at the time, actually. And I was just like, wow, that's cool. I want to try and make that. So I decided to make the spinner belt. I'm pretty sure I've answered that already, but yeah. WWE ECW belt, 2008, or classic ECW belt? It's kind of a simple question, but yeah, it's got to be the classic. That's probably a dig at me, and nice attempt, but yeah, I do. Do I ever give them advice? Yeah, I do. You've obviously not done your research if you're trying to make a shot at me with that question. I actually look up other people's belts every week. I type in WWE homemade belt on YouTube, go to upload dates, so I see the newest ones on YouTube. I go watch every single one. I don't give all of them advice because some of them don't need it, some of them don't deserve it, and some of them are just worthless. So I don't bother wasting my time by giving them advice. But I do watch almost every homemade belt video on YouTube that has WWE in the name because that's what I search for. So yeah, you're trying to make a dig at me, a shot at me. Kind of backfired, did it not? Some belts are damn good. I'm impressed with loads of them. What tools do I use? If you subscribe to my Alti channel, you would have already gotten this answer, but I use that. Just a regular craft knife. This is the one knife, one tool, other than my jigsaw. That's the thing I use to cut out the plates, if you didn't know. Those are the only two things I've only 2 tools I use on my belts. Every single belt has been made with this knife and that jigsaw that's down in my garage. When will I stop passing off replicas as homemade? Did I ever? I don't seem to remember that. Just because I have homemade belts that look so damn awesome, but still they look fuck all like replicas, to be honest. There's a big difference, to be honest. I still don't see how people can mistake them. But either way, people are fucking idiots. If you seriously think that my belts are replicas, you're fucking brain dead. Seriously, this is kind of proof. There's no replica of this. There was no replica of the Divas when I made it. I videoed it before there was a replica even made. Same with the 3D ECW. There was no replica of that when I made it. It's kind of faults all the non-believers. How the fact that there's no replica of this kind of begs the question: how do I have it if I didn't make it? Some people are so fucking ignorant that they don't understand that, seriously. Although, must say, when they think they're replicas, big compliment to me, because I managed to trick the stupid people into thinking they're replicas, because they're obviously good enough to pass for them. So, thank you for the compliment, you cunt. So yeah, that's pretty much this video, I think, done. That was all the questions I had. There's obviously some other popular ones. There's always, how do you make your belts? Noob. There's, I don't know. So yeah, that's pretty much this video done. That's all the questions I had on that video, and some that I was PM'd, and a few that were on my channel. So yeah, there's not much else to say in this video. Oh, I'm saying M a lot. Fucking idiot. I just did it again. Okay, so yeah. But yeah, that was pretty much all the questions I got from that video, comments on my channel, PMs. So yeah, that's the video done. I hope this helped out a little bit. I hope my questions weren't too arrogant or cocky as loads of people say I am. It's just getting annoying now. In fact, I keep saying that. Okay, before I fucking piss myself off even more, that's this video done. As always, subscribe to my Alty channel account for more belt updates and shit. And that's this video done. So comment, rate, subscribe. Thanks for watching.